ever heard of a sacrifice? What's a sacrifice? It's when we go out of our way to do something for someone else. So we can sacrifice our time by giving our time to help someone else, or we can sacrifice our money by giving our money to someone who needs it more than we do. We can sacrifice things we want to do and give up whole experiences when we know that somebody else could use our help at the same time. So, have you ever had a friend make a sacrifice for you? Can you think of a time when a friend has done something to help you that they didn't have to do? And maybe they gave something up to help you out. So when I think about this, I think of a time when I was a kid that a friend made a sacrifice for me. And I'm going to tell you the story. Is that okay? So when I was a kid, I had a neighbor. She lived on my street and she was my best friend. And together we got into all kinds of mischief. And I mean, not like big mischief, but the kind of mischief that sometimes made our parents go, oh no, what did they do this time? And so there was this time, it was summer, and I went over to my best friend's house, and we saw in a book a picture of some kids who had face painted their knees. And we thought, that looks fun. They had drawn like animal faces on their knees with face paint. And so we had some face paint and we said, let's do it. I don't know where our parents were, but we didn't ask for permission, and we should have. And we face painted our knees. And so first, I drew animal faces on her knees with face paint, and then we switched and she drew animal faces on my knees with face paint. And then we were kind of done. We put the face paint away, we put the book away, and we went on to do something else. Now it was summer, we were wearing shorts, and after a little while, we forgot that we had face painted our knees. And guess what we did? We climbed up on her living room couch. We got face paint all over the living room couch. Now, can you imagine? This was like a nice couch, and it was covered in face paint from our knees. And so, of course, when our parents found out, we were in big trouble. But the reason I'm telling you this story is because of what my friend did. When we were getting in trouble, she immediately said, this is not Sarah's fault. She said, this is my fault. You shouldn't blame Sarah. It was my idea. It was my book. I showed her the picture. I said, let's do it. I got out the face paint. It wasn't Sarah's fault. And in that moment, I just was blown away, because we are both getting in trouble and she tried to take the blame away from me. Now, of course, I had face paint on my knees. I had face painted her knees. I wasn't innocent. I was a part of this activity. I too had climbed up on the couch with face paint on my knees and gotten face paint all over this lovely couch. But in that moment, my friend tried to make a sacrifice for me. She tried to take the blame for what we'd both done so that I didn't get in trouble. And 20 years later, I haven't forgotten it. It was a big deal. This week in our lesson, we are learning about Jesus, talking about what love looks like, and talking about what it means to love our friends, to make sacrifices for our friends. And while I don't think that Jesus was really talking about face painting our knees, he's teaching us what love really looks like, and how when we really care for someone, we make sacrifices for them, just like Jesus made sacrifices for us all through his life and when he died on the cross. Now, I'm not going to say any more about that for right now, but I hope that you will keep listening here today, and I hope that you will tune in online and check out our Kids at Home lesson for this week, where we're going to learn more about this passage, more about this story, and more about the kind of love that Jesus calls each of us to have. So I hope you check it out, and I'll see you next time. Have a great one. Bye.